Once again, back with another episode of Nerds Podcast. Today, I have a really awesome band. The band Sepsis. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I apologize if I am. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Look, man, I really appreciate you doing this because I would never want to think I'm never not grateful for any band that nice enough to take time out of their day to let me interview them, and I'm always grateful. So up front, I really appreciate you doing this.
Hell yeah, man. I like doing stuff like this, and I appreciate you guys doing the podcasts with bands and interviewing us and getting our name and our music out there and just sharing us with your friends. So yeah, likewise to you, buddy.
Cool. Now, my podcast is called Nerds Podcast. It's basically a podcast for nerds who like comic books, movies, video games, professional wrestling, music and whatnot. But you don't have to be a nerd to like the podcast. It's just only nerds that would probably listen to it. But I like a wide variety of music to listen to. And lately, I've been listening to y'all's music this morning on Moon. And I was like, man, this is the shit right here. This is nice. And I really like their phenomenal music. That's why I hit you up on. I think I emailed and I said, look, man, if you have any time, I'd like to email, talk to it. I mean, it wouldn't matter anyone in the band. Doesn't matter. I just want to get, an idea of, how y'all get created, how did y'all started, like where did it come from?
Yes. So basically, our other guitarist, William Savant, he founded the band with Melissa about 10 years ago, honestly, or that's when the idea of the band kind of came about, and they started drawing pictures and making shirts and making terrible music for a long time before it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And, through trial and error and learning from mistakes and stuff like that, you friggin' we got to where we are now,
Okay.
But it's like I said, they originally started about 10 years ago. I met them a little bit before I joined them. I ended up joining, I think, like around a little over 2 years, I think, is when I officially joined.
Yeah.
And it was right when we released our first album, Bad Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And been with them ever since, man. And they're my family now,
That's all right, man. Now, how did you learn how to play? What are you, as a kid, did you take lessons from someone? How did you learn how to play?
So, my dad passed away when I was real young, and he was a bass player. He was a professional bass player for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And so, growing up, all of his buddies and like my uncles, just everyone was kind of like egging me on to play an instrument. And so, my stepfather, he ended up playing guitar, and so did my older brother. So they showed me how to read guitar tab, and they showed me, a couple chords and songs and stuff, and I pretty much just went online and taught myself how to play guitar tab.
All right, that's cool. Now, me, I have no musical talent whatsoever, so I'm always amazed by anyone who learns how to play an instrument or learns, how to, write songs or know how to sing, because, that's to me is like very important to like have, different varieties of music. It is also important, to have bands and like to be able to support bands every I can, because I haven't, to be honest, I haven't done this podcast very long. I've done this podcast more than like 6 months. So my podcast is kind of time. It's growing. It's going to take time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset the fact that it's tiny. It's going to grow at some point. So I'm always amazed.
And it's awesome that you're doing something. Like so many people, have dreams, or they talk a lot about what they want to do, but they can't. And very few people actually go out and do it. Now, whether it's playing guitar or making a podcast, or friggin' painting or whatever, at least you're out there doing it. And just like you said, if you keep doing it, it will grow,
Yeah. And it's cool. I'm like, and I've done I'd say about 6 or 7 interviews. The first one was dog shit, but it's nothing I did. It was just the fact that basically the audio was horrendously bad. I didn't know how to fix the audio, and the audio is getting better. I mean, it happens. I'm not upset. I mean, I was proud of the interview I did, but it was like, well, I can't even understand what the other person's saying. But it's baby steps.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's the same thing with the band. Trust me, man. You get a lot better idea at how to make good music from because you made bad music. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's trial and error, and
yeah, man.
Yeah. So, like, basically, how many albums have y'all recorded so far?
So we recorded a demo EP that we released. I want to say it was like spring or early summer of 2019.
Okay.
And that was called Bad Blood.
Okay.
And then we ended up getting a record deal with Pavement.
Mm-hmm.
And added 3 songs to the demo and remastered everything. And that's the album we just released in August called
Okay. Because, like, I looked on, because I have a YouTube, whatever, Red or whatever we call it. You can just play music on there. And I checked it out. I said, this is nice right here. I like the vocals, I like the guitar work. I like it. It's an amazing sound. And,
Yeah, Glenn Robinson, he does all of our, so we record all of our stuff in-house.
Mm-hmm.
And then we send it to Glenn Robinson to do the final mastering on it.
Okay.
And he's a Grammy-nominated producer. He's worked with just like unbelievable, like you wouldn't believe the people, like friggin', anything from Keith Richards.
That's nice.
And pop artists to bands like Queensryche and Gwar and Annihilator.
Okay.
Glenn Robinson's a very well-respected name in the music industry, and we're honored to have him, on board working with us.
Okay. I like that.
That makes it slam as hard as it does. When at the end of the day, we can't take credit for that.
It's still pretty awesome. Like, what is your musical taste? What do you listen to? Outside, the band you record.
Yeah, I like a lot of different stuff. I grew up on I grew up on classic rock and like 80s metal and stuff.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, he was like my first favorite guitarist.
Okay.
So that was the Led Zeppelin's kind of how I learned how to play guitar, honestly. The first year, I just learned Led Zeppelin songs, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, but then, like, for more modern stuff, I listen to a lot of different stuff. I like a lot of bands like Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah,
and,
that's good.
Circus Survive.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like heavy, or like metalcore stuff. I love like Parkway Drive, Asking Alexandria, Attack. What's another bit? Architects probably my favorite metalcore band growing up. Like when I was in high school, they really, I really like was about their album Hollow Crown. I loved that album.
Okay.
But I mean, I was in jazz band in high school too, so I really like everything when it comes to music, as long as it's good. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's what always, a thing about, you always hear, like a lot of bands, they have a wide variety. Like, Tom Morello from Slayer, he likes Peter Gabriel, and he looks into African drums and stuff like that.
I love Peter Gabriel too. Gabriel's the man, dude. Especially from like early Gabriel.
That dude's awesome though. And it's like, I think Ozzy covered one of his songs with Cold Chamber a long time ago. So it's like,
yeah.
So the taste when people go out and sing songs. I mean, your lead singer did a cover of a Eartha Kitt version, Santa Baby. It was actually, she has an amazing voice. I actually played that not too long ago. I played it. Well, I played them all today, but I was like, wow, that to me is an appreciation of like music, because a lot of bands do covers of songs that are not in the particular era of what they would consider metal or rock or whatever, but music is music. As long as you exactly what you say, if you like it, it's good.
Mhm. Yeah, and all of us are like that. We all have a very broad taste when it comes to music. Will's an amazing guitarist and an amazing metal guitarist. He can play anything though. He can play jazz, he can play classical, and he's one of the best rappers I've ever met in my life too.
Oh yeah.
Same with Good Bars, our keyboardist. He's He's an amazing rapper, very successful regionally,
Okay.
and an amazing producer too. Actually, too.
Okay.
He owns the Toy Box Studios here in Nashua, New Hampshire. So he's also helping people, create music as well.
Okay. Now,
So we pull a lot of that stuff into our music. You know what I mean? We pull a lot of those inspirations into it. You can hear a lot of rhythm stuff
Okay.
like that. We have a lot of like hip hop influence or like Latin. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Very like jazzy groove stuff on the drums too. But I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's still metal. It's just kind of what we can sneak into it,
Okay. Now, are y'all all collaborative when y'all write songs, and who's more influential in writing songs? Is it all together? Just curious.
Will's very big into it. So basically, the way it works is like Will does most of it. So we'll have an idea on guitar of what we want to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there we start trying to build around it. And it's funny because we'll be there trying to a lot of times it's either me and him there or Will and Good Bars, and they'll be there with an acoustic guitar and a piano, and they're trying to pick out different melodies, different stuff for what the band's gonna do. You know what I mean? So that other piano and the acoustic guitar, they can be piano and guitar parts, but they'll also try to figure out what the vocal melody is gonna be, or what the keyboard part's gonna be, or the second guitar. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yes, we basically start with a rough skeleton on the guitar of what we want to do, and then build around it. And then once we have that gets sent to like me, and then I have to put my second guitar part on it, and our bass player puts his stuff on it, and then Melissa, the whole time Melissa's listening.
Mm-hmm.
And figuring out what she's gonna sing on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, Will's a very big part of it. Tim's a very big part of it too, and I help him out.
That's cool. That's all right though. I like that. Now,
Yeah.
Now, every once in a while I can switch it up years because I like to ask their taste of anything else like movies. Are you a horror fan or any movie fan? What part of genre do you like to watch?
I love movies. I'm a big movie guy.
What do you prefer to watch the most? Sorry, go ahead.
I like horror movies like a decent amount. I like the Rob Zombie films and stuff.
Okay.
I'm a big I like it's the same thing with music. Anything I think is good or cool. I really like Quentin Tarantino movies.
Oh man.
Like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, True Romance is one of my favorite movies by him.
That is awesome. That's probably one of the best movies too.
True Romance, yeah, not a lot of people know about it.
It's very underrated. It's a very underrated movie, and it's just most insane.
Very underrated movie. What else from movies? I love Scarface and The Godfather and all that. What else? I like that Tarantino style, and like Smoking Aces is kind of that.
It is. It's good.
You know what I mean? That's a good one like that. So is Snatch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I like a lot of stuff like that kind of that crazy the twist and the crazy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Now, in the Quentin Tarantino movies, what is your favorite? And it's hard to say because there's no bad Quentin Tarantino movie. But what is your top list?
I haven't seen the new one, even though I've heard mixed stuff about it. I haven't seen what is it, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
It's very good. It's a very good movie. If you ever get a chance to sit down and check it out, if you ever get a chance, it's a long movie, but it doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to see it. That's a hard one, man, because I'm a big Reservoir Dogs fan.
Yes.
I really like Reservoir Dogs a lot. I think it might be True Romance, honestly.
That is probably one of the best movies. If I remember when it first came out, and like from the trailer, because sometimes trailers are misleading. I didn't want to watch it because I thought it was like some corny like love story. I didn't understand the plot. So I'm not watching no Goofy. But when I saw the movie, I watched the movie like 5 times that week after I rented it.
Yeah, dude, and the scene with Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken is like one of the best scenes friggin' ever.
That's gangster. And like,
yeah, dude, it's like one of the best things ever filmed, ever. You know what I mean?
I mean, the best cast of people who are, if they're not on up and coming to being big leading stars, they're on their way. And it has everyone. It's like, I know that dude. Oh my God, that dude. All he's gonna do is in this movie too. That's the way you watch it.
Like the stoner roommate on the couch and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, James Gandolfini beating the crap out of what's the name in the hotel, slam her face to. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and then what else? I love the Star Wars movies. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
They're awesome. They're like genius movies to do. And this has nothing to do with anything, but I did a podcast. You don't have to, if you want to listen to this. It's an episode. It's called Jiu-Jitsu on you can check them out on like Spotify, or probably you can check it out on what is it? Speaker. But Spotify is easier to find. It's called Jiu-Jitsu. And the reason I did is because the movie starred Nicolas Cage. It's a horrendously bad movie. It has nothing to do with Jiu-Jitsu at all. Just the name. And I thought it would be fun to list a ton of movies that had big budgets and didn't have no returns. And this one particular movie came out. It was a movie that a director had directed some big budget movie, like he did Exorcist, he did something else. And when he wanted to do his big release movie, he did this big movie about some bank robbers or someone stealing dynamite or something weird. I don't know what the hell the plot was. But he was going to hire Steve McQueen to play in this movie, but Steve McQueen wanted his wife to be the executive producer. He said no. He said, well, screw you, I'm not going to do it. So he got Lee Shriver, and Lee Shriver's not as a big actor. So he made all his money, spent all his money on his big budget, but when it came out, just at the same time, Star Wars came out. I think it was Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, or it might have been Star Wars, and his movie bombed horribly.
Oh, man.
And it was like, there was no way he was going to make his money back. He could have sold it for like $15 or whatever he sold back then. There was no way. And then like, when you see Star Wars, that's the first thing I think of now. That's all I think about, is that crappy movie that came out at the same time as a huge blockbuster. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I really like those movies. I love finding those random. I watch a lot of terrible movies to try to find those like hidden gems. You know what I mean?
It's fun.
Like Sasquatch Gang. That's a funny one like that.
Oh, sounds genius.
I'm trying to. Oh, there's this one called Zombievers.
I know what that is. I know. I don't think I saw it. I know what it is.
Yeah, so Zombievers, it's a terrible movie.
Yes.
But the intro of it is John Mayer talking to Bill Burr, and they're driving a delivery truck.
Yes.
And the toxic waste goes in the river, and Bill Burr is like probably my favorite comedian of all time.
Yes, genius.
And it's just like, how did they get Bill Burr and
I don't
John
know.
Mayer to...
So almost been friends. That dude, that's awesome. You should. Have you ever saw the movie Cooties?
No.
You need to check that out. It's a shame they never made a sequel. It's basically what happened was it was someone who made chicken nuggets. The chicken nuggets like I guess someone didn't refrigerate them, and they became like they went bad and became like not toxic, and they sent them to an elementary school or a middle school, and what happened was anyone in that school who hasn't basically gone through puberty turns into basically ravenous zombies, and
I feel
basically
like I've seen it now that you're describing it.
it
Because I
is the
remember the
coolest
chicken
movie.
nugget thing.
Yep, it is the coolest movie. I'm still mad they never made a sequel. It would have been totally worth it to make a sequel to that movie. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so great. See, I'm the same way with shows because it's like there are so many good shows and stuff, and I'm the same way with video games. But it's just like it's so hard to find the time, and it's like I love
It is.
video games so much I won't even start them if I don't have the time to like
I got you.
give it what it deserves.
Yeah, I haven't
You
played in
know
a
what
long
I
time.
mean?
Yeah, I haven't
And
played a
that's
video game in a long
same
time.
thing with shows. There's so many good shows that like I've started and then just haven't been able to finish or haven't gotten around to finishing them, and it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's there's just so much good with, especially with streaming. Netflix and
Yes.
Amazon and all that crap. There's so much good stuff out there, but there's also a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, no, you gotta sift through it though.
And
There.
that's what I do. I end up just like when I get free time, I just sift through these movies, try to find some good like hidden gems.
You'll find some here and there. There are some good movies, but there's also some movies that are so bad they actually turn 360 awesome, like Sharknado.
Yeah, and sometimes like I have fun watching the bad movies with
Yeah.
my friends. You know what I mean? Because you just laughing at like how freaking terrible it is.
That's the whole point of it. Just you want to enjoy, because always entertainment. You're not gonna get anything really. It's not gonna educate you really. It's all entertainment. As long as you enjoy it, and you can appreciate the absurdity sometimes. Because some movies are just
Yeah,
insane.
exactly. Like, not everyone's as cool as Tarantino, but
No.
that don't mean you can't have fun watching it. You
Yeah.
know?
And like now before I appreciate it again, but do y'all have any upcoming things y'all are gonna do? Cause
So we just got a booking agent. Blind anxiety. So obviously it's hard with the pandemic and stuff. to do shows.
yeah, it's true.
We stream every day. The band streams every night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch.
Cool.
It's twitch.tv/Sepsis Band.
Okay.
And I stream often. I usually stream a few times a week. Mine's twitch.tv/CamFandLoud. And it's really fun because you guys get to come hang out with us.
Okay.
You get to play video. Melissa, when she plays Diablo and stuff, you can actually play Diablo with her.
That's cool.
Online and stuff like that.
I like that.
And yeah, we're all about our fans, man. That's one thing that I love about being in this band. Is like literally our fans they message us. Like we know them on a personal level. We all play Xbox. Melissa is actually the founder of Immaculate Gaming Connection,
Okay.
which is a Halo 5 company.
Mhm.
So we get down on Halo a lot, but they also do like Warzone, and stuff like that. We play all the big ones, but it's primarily a Halo community, but it's an awesome gaming community. We have a Discord, so we get down a lot on that too, as far as like day-to-day stuff, and it's fun too because we do a lot of stuff. We do the video game thing too, but like we also we do fun stuff like Melissa will she'll stream like making a painting or something like that, and then she'll give away the painting at the end of the stream.
That's pretty cool.
Silly stuff like that, silly drinking games, just
Yeah.
But it's all about shooting shit with the fans, basically. At the end of the day,
Okay.
and we have a Patreon available too, where you can get a little more content and an inside look.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out right now maybe a way we could do a maybe stream a little showcase thing, or maybe play a couple of songs, and broadcast it streaming, but nothing set in stone or anything like that.
Okay.
But we just released a music video for Push.
Okay.
It goes about a month or two ago. But yeah, that's pretty much that.
Okay.
We're just waiting for the lockdown to end so we can get out on tour for the album we released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we owe that to our fans,
Oh, awesome. It's cool.
But we are writing and recording right now. It's just like I said, we released the album in August. You know what I mean? So we still got to tour that album before we release anything else.
Okay, that's cool. And once again, I appreciate you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no.
Once again, I appreciate you doing this interview for me and whatnot. And I apologize, I never got your name because I want to make sure I put this on the description.
Yeah, it's all good, man. My name's Cam Loud, and I'm the guitarist for Sepsis.
Okay. I appreciate it again. I'd like to come back and interview you again, and hopefully if the other bandmates don't mind every once in a while, I'd like to come back and, hit y'all up and, just see how the journey's going and whatnot, because I appreciate you again for doing this.
Yeah, sounds good, man. And just so you know, we have a fan page called The Swarm, and it's a place where you can promote your podcast there, actually, as much as you want to.
Man, you cool dude. I like that, man.
Yeah, so that's why that's what I'm saying, it's really hard to find. We understand it because we're in a band, and it's hard to find Facebook groups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That are cool with you promoting your stuff.
Yeah.
They call it spam because you're saying that you do something and you want to show people.
Yeah.
So it's facebook.com/groups/Sepsis Swarm.
Okay.
But it's like I said, it's linked to our Facebook and stuff like that. So, and that's just facebook.com/Sepsis. So,
okay.
It's like I said, whenever you want, man. If you join that, you can promote your podcast as much as you want there, man.
Much love, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good, man. Have a good one.
You too. All right. Once again, I appreciate the band Sepsis for allowing me to interview them, and I'm going to hopefully soon interview some of the other bandmates in this band. So, from now on, I'm just going to sign out. Peace.